As we all know, the Philadelphia Eagles are on their much needed bye week, but there is such thing of winning the bye week, especially in the situation we find ourselves this late in the season. The Eagles can win this bye week.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today we got a lot to talk about. You're probably thinking, how can you win a bye week? We going to talk about that. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding that notification bell so you know when these videos dropped. And we going to keep rocking with Roots.
Keep that roots going, baby!
One, two, three, Roots! The Philadelphia Eagles find themselves in a situation where we can still go to the playoffs, right? Some people really believe we don't belong there, but it doesn't matter what people think. If our record gets us into the playoffs, I want to be in the playoffs. Now, you're probably thinking, how can we win a bye? Two ways to win a bye week. Well, you can move up in the standings and or you can get healthy. And we have a chance to do both. Kelsey, much needed bye week. We got good news, like I've talked about throughout this week. Howard looks good. Nelson looks good. Patrick Johnson looks good. And even Sanders is starting to look like he's going to play. I know he got nicked up with his ankle, having his first 100-yard rushing game. It's all great. The other way is the teams that we got to keep an eye on, right? We got to keep an eye on a couple teams. And I know a lot of people think that Washington beating Dallas could help us get to the top of the NFC East. Yeah, I guess it could if everything went perfectly our way. But I think Dallas is going to beat Washington, and I want them to beat Washington. I know they're coming in high, 4 in a row, but a loss to the Cowboys gives us a chance that if we split with the Washington football team, well, then it's what we do else. So we have a little backup room where we don't got to be perfect, even though it's important for not just the Eagles to get this win out the bye. Jalen Hurts. I talked on Flipping the Birds, and I said this last stretch, but more importantly, this first game after the bye is crucial for Jalen Hurts. Whether you support him, whether you don't, whether you believe in his potential, but think he's playing bad, pass it now, no matter how you feel about him, and he does got things he has to work on. Throwing the football. You have to look at this situation and say he has never beat a NFC East opponent in his time in Philadelphia. Young player, I understand that. But you also look at the stretch, right? Some people say he's the reason why we're not that good, but some people say he's the reason why we're in this predicament to get to the playoffs, and it starts against Washington. You can't come out after the worst game of your career, watch a guy like Gardner Minshew win a game, even though it was against the lowly Jets. Trust me, I know. My brother's a fan. And then you come out and pretty much lose us the game or be the reason why we lose the game and end up not making the playoffs, right? You just can't do that. It's going to be hard to even have your spirits up, let alone the organization from the Philadelphia Eagles. But let's talk about how we already won half the bye with getting healthy. Now let's talk about the other part of the bye. Let's look at the first team, Washington football team. They play the Cowboys, right? Because it's winning the bye, I don't care about the rest of the schedule, but we're going to put it up there to kind of talk about it since it's slow. The Cowboys, I believe, are going to beat the Washington football team, and I want them to. I don't like rooting for the Cowboys. I don't like rooting for anybody in the NFC East. But by beating the Washington football team, it pretty much secures the Eagles have no chance of winning the East, which I would love to do. But it's a far-fetched situation. But it gives us wiggle room if we split with Washington. Because look at Washington's schedule. They got Dallas again. They got the Eagles again. And they got the Giants, who are stinky, but can spoil anybody's celebration just because of how close we are in this division. Now, let's look at the other team that's in our way a little bit. That is the San Francisco 49ers, who got to play the Bengals at Cincinnati, right? This was a team that was making moves. Cincinnati was playing some good football this year, and then they got beat down by the Chargers. The Chargers are that weird team where they play solid football, not so solid football, but the Bengals got beat up. But this is a talented Bengals team. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, uh, the quarterback, can't think of his name right now. It'll pop in my head. Joe Burrows. These guys are talented, and I think they could give the Niners a run for the money because the Niners have to go to Cincinnati. So this is how the Eagles can win the bye week all around. Washington lost, a 49er loss. And let's go to the next team, which is the Minnesota Vikings, who lost to the Lions. Now they got to come home back to Minnesota, and they take on a Steelers team that ain't too good, but they just beat the Ravens. That ain't too good, but are starting to find their little flow in this season, right? Vikings lost Adam Thielen. Shout out to him. I got him on my fantasy, and I don't wish injury on nobody. We know Justin Jefferson's a stud, but the loss of Adam Thielen still kind of shaky with Dalvin Cook. Another loss to the Vikings could really put the Eagles in a situation where we can let one, maybe even two of these last 4 games go. I don't want to do that, right? I don't want nobody to clean my plate for me. I'm a fat boy. I can eat and finish my plate. But I'm telling you, we got to watch out for this because this is how you fully win a bye, especially this deep in a situation we are. Another team is the Saints. Although we went ahead and I can't pull the Saints thing up. I don't know why it's not pulling up. But the Saints play the Jets, right? We got the tiebreaker over the Saints. The Saints are broken down. All their players are not really coming back. The Jets are a beatable team, as we just seen Minshew do it. Got to keep an eye on the Saints. And then after that, we got the Carolina Panthers. There's another team on this list, too, that's lingering around at 5-7, and that's the Atlanta Falcons, but they play each other. So one of them is going to do the justice for the other team. I believe it is in Atlanta. They're playing better football. I think the Falcons knock off the Panthers, which now makes the Falcons part of our problem. And I should have pulled up the Falcons schedule. Your boy slacking, just got off of work. But these are the teams we got to watch. The Washington football team, the San Francisco 49ers, the Vikings, the Saints, the Panthers, and the Falcons. I'm more concerned of the Vikings and the Niners, but you can't sleep on a Falcon team that showed throughout the season they can rebound. The Panthers, I don't really trust in the situation of the Saints. I'm not nervous about them. But again, the Panthers, the Falcons, the Saints, all will fall to us if we have a tie record due to the dub we took in the season, right? We beat all 3 of these teams, so we got the tiebreaker. So let me know who's your biggest competitor to the Eagles to push us out of a possible 6 or 7 spot, right? The 5th spot is wrapped up by the one and only Rams. That division's pretty tough. Arizona is definitely going to take that. So the Rams got the 5th seed. 6-7. The Eagles have a chance to grab it, but it starts with coming out the bye, having 2 weeks to game plan for the Washington football team. And it can't just be everybody playing good but Jalen Hurts. I'm a Jalen Hurts supporter. I believe in the kid's potential, but there have been times in these games where I'm like, bro, you got to hit these receivers. You got to see these guys. And I'm going to need Jalen to come out and play like the Jalen Hurts I saw in that 3-1 win streak we were on, right? Making the right throws, not many of them because we only had him pass 15 to 23, 15 to 25 times, but they were efficient, big-time throws, and he stood up and made it. And then the feet kicked in, the running backs kicked in, the O-line kicked in, the defense kicked in at times. All that got to kick in. Washington is our target. First win for Jalen. First playoff seeding for the Eagles, right? Jalen Hurts can write all the narratives. He can every narrative out about Jalen Hurts can be changed if he just goes out and balls. But he can't be why we lose, and he has to be one of the reasons why we win. That's what the guy is at that quarterback position. It's just a very, very demanding position, and the Eagles find themselves in a peculiar situation and we got Howie Roseman as GM, right? Are we really thinking he ain't going to try to pull one over on Jeffrey Lurie, maneuver his way to another quarterback? And I'm all about the Eagles getting the best player in here. We have money, we got capital. Hurts, ball in your court. Until next time, leave all your thoughts in the comment section about Jalen Hurts, about the Washington football game. Who do you want to win? Cowboys, Washington? Give me your reason why. Leave all your thoughts in the comment section. Greatly appreciate you guys. Much love. And I will catch you guys next video. We are out.